Welcome in, everybody. We are here, Dead by Trials. We are starting our match with Loyalty versus Reminiscent. We do see the Xenomorph already being played. We see some footsteps above us, but no access to them. Trying to follow them, and we do find an exit here. Question is, where are they? Looks like we're by a hill. No real sign of a survivor just yet. No scratch marks. Looks like they were kind of stealthing their way around. So we do have a turret being placed. Not going to knock our killer out just yet, but still no sign of any survivor. So very good stealth from our early game from the survivor side. Not giving up an early chase. We don't have corrupt intervention to note. We don't see those generators blocked, and that's very crucial at the start of this match, especially with no early chase. That's gonna be 4 survivors pressuring different generators with no real chase beginning, and that's gonna be our ace being our ace being found. Looks like they had a turret in their hands. That's why they're walking real slow. I thought it was some kind of exhaustion, but we do get our first hit. Chase is gonna be Shaq. Not the best place to be as a killer, but with Xenomorph there to help, can counter the vault. And looks like our survivor holding W very well, able to get away from Shaq, gaining a lot of distance, and the turret buying them some distance as well. Looks like they are gonna change targets to Kate. Hello, nice hit from our Xenomorph. So 2 injured and still trying to pressure these gens as they don't have corrupt intervention. But with the start, they're slowly making their way back into this match. Looks like they're not going to pay attention to the turret. Going to make their way for hopefully a quick down here in the main building. Kate making their way through. Not really much to work with. This may be a very quick down as they make it to a pallet. But it's not going to... They don't make it. Going to look around for any pallet savers. No sign. There goes the pick, and we do get our first hook of the game. So up they go. That is going to be Pain Resonance being used, as we do see the Score and Grim Embrace will be blocking those generators. So already revealing a couple perks to us and the opposing team. Ace finding themselves with another turret in their hands. Gonna get hit, but our Xenomorph, they do get knocked out from it. Kind of a lose one, take one kind of thing here. Our killer just gonna go ahead and drop chase. Don't want to M1 chase anyone, especially at Shaq. Gonna immediately hop in the tunnel, and we do see them already head back to hook. The good thing about tunnels, you do get your power back very quickly. So gonna knock that one out. We do get a killer instinct in the corner. Yeah, there they are. Very good distance from our Sage, but that still turns into a hit from our whip, our tail attack. Ah, very good fake. It is gonna get our Xenomorph, but they're gonna take the time to break the wall at the same time, and it catches our Sage off guard, as that's gonna be a down. So 2 down so far. No generator completed just yet. Pain Resonance did slow down one of the generators, and the multiple hits kind of slowed down the team, but it took a very long time for Ace to get reset, so they did get a lot of pressure on that generator by Shaq. We do see the aura reading cross map, so barbecue is in play as well. We do see Grim Embrace blocking this gen. We know the turret was here from earlier, so no surprise here, as they do get the break on the turret. Looks like they are trying to hold the cross. Don't see any scratch marks. No sign of survivor who has crossed just yet. Just one thing to note, we are still at 5 gens. We should be seeing a generator pop on the other side of the map very soon, or it will be a tough time for the survivor team, because they do need to get that generator pressure up, as our second hook is about to turn into a second stage on their first hook. They may be allowing the survivor to hang for a bit, try to get the generator pressure back up, as our killer has invested that almost full 70 seconds to camp this. But wow, we do get a late second unhook from the Sable. Very good stealth from the Sable. So they are gonna get chased and try to sidestep, but that's the scary part about Xenomorph. It's either gonna be a tail whip or an M1. So very good whole W strat. They do make it to the next tile. Oh, and just barely making it, escaping the tail attack. And it looks like they try to take some different pathing, but not gonna work on our Xenomorph, as that turns into a down as well. There goes our first gen being completed, which was the gen that Ace has been on for a very long time. And there goes the other gen. Looks like Ace kind of rotated to this corner instead. So there goes our third pain resonance being used, but with 2 gens that popped, that third gen not really having too much progress. We do see the scratch marks, our survivor wrapping around Shaq. So they will be taking the next chase, who is going to be our Saga. Yeah, there they are. So they do get found, and not gonna drop the pallet. Actually dropping the pallet, perfectly timed, getting the stun, and our Xenomorph immediately gonna drop chase, go for the tunnel onto the Sable, it looks like. Sable making their way cross map, but the 2 gens have been completed on Shaq's side. So most of the available generators are on the main building side. Looks like they are gonna change targets, and it works out as they get a very early M1 hit in this chase. Being injured against Xenomorph is not the most fun thing, but unfortunately our killer hitting the vault, I believe, as opposed to the Kate. So Kate with Lithe Eye, it looks like, making their way all the to the gens that have been completed. So this is where you do want to take chase so that none of the other gens get affected, and that's going to be the down. We do see a reset onto Sable, so all 3 healthy survivors at the moment. So Kate going to be put up on the hill. So that is second hook for them. We do see someone stealthing, unaware of the barbecue aura. Question is, how does our killer play it? How do they fake it? Ah, they do find them. Oh, and a very nice tail attack, getting them just before they reach the corner. It looks like our killer's gonna check this gen. No progress here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and our 5th gen behind us. So over our killer, the generator spread is pretty favorable for actually either side. Not really favorable for anyone. We have some far gens, but we also have some close gens here in the center of the map. So our survivor team can work some gens for free almost. But with the timer starting to run low on our Kate, this is where seconds matter in the match. If they get this confirmed death, or if they get the last second unhook, it can change how this 4K can play out. But they do find 1 survivor, 1 on a gen, and not able to find the last one. They are able to get the turret, and they do get the confirmed sacrifice onto Kate. So we are going into this 3v1, 2 gens remaining, still 1 stack of pain resonance left, and 1 injured survivor, which they do find. So if they can turn this into a fast down, they can possibly get this 4K before all gens get completed. But we've seen crazier things here at DBT. Sable trying to make their way towards the pallet, going to go around, and it catches the Xenomorph off guard. They do get the stun, and the 4th gen pops. So the down not happening early is costing our killer a lot of generator pressure that they could have had, and our Sable trying to make some kind of pathing around, and they do make it to the corner, try to buy some time as much as they can as they are injured. And there goes the down. So very good run from an injured Sable, not going down quickly during that chase. And our killer is just going to go ahead and slug, see which generators they are working on. We don't see any progress here or see any scratch marks. We do have the 3 gens in the center of the map that our killer was probably hoping to get. We probably have about 10% on this gen. So our killer's in a pretty comfortable spot right now. They still have Grim Embrace and 1 more stack of pain res. So they might have been weighing their options on where to hook. So they do put the Sable here. So I am still kind of curious how the survivor team is going to do this. We do know which 2 gens are farthest from each other, but we haven't seen anyone just there they are. There's a Saga. But Ace kind of lurking around, still no sign of them for such a long time now. Ah, there they are. So the information is being given to the killer. And our hook timer is reaching about halfway through. So the decision to come in is starting to close. That window is starting to close. We do hear a little bit of progress on the gen. No Ace on the gen in front of us here. No, possibly. We do have a little bit of generator progress. So still kind of bouncing back and forth. There come the scratch marks. So they are starting to come in last second. There goes the hit and the trade. Very good body block from the Xenomorph, trying to negate the distance that they can get from the haste. Gonna go for the hit. And our killer elects to drop chase. Looks like they want to check on this gen, see if they were working it. No sign of Ace just yet. So looks like they didn't make any kind of rotation there. Gonna go ahead and pick. We do see the men being completed on Sable. So Sable trying to take a little bit of aggro as we have the gen with a lot of progress. Our killer making the decision to lose the gen or go for a down. Looks like they don't get it in time, so they come on back to our Ace and still hold on to their power. They don't get knocked out of it. Ace needs to keep this chase. Very good pathing, actually, kind of getting our killer off guard. So we do see the dry kick. It is going to start regressing slowly, but with two injured survivors, they could be working the other gen. Try to pressure that one as well. And it looks like our killer has the same idea. They want to come over here, maybe get a snowball where they can get a fast down as this pallet is gone. Nope, looks like our survivor's playing it very safely, most likely resetting, which we'll see in just a sec. We do still have the generator regressing. That was about 90%. We saw the 4 pistons running. And Ace now being found at the gen. Oh, and they elect to go for the hit, and they don't get it. So now they are knocked out of their power, but immediately going through the tunnel, we do see the reset onto the survivors. Oh, and they do find them coming back. So it's going to be a very early hit if they can get it. No, it looks like it was just Ace. It was not the reset. So there goes the hit. Ace dropping the pallet. Not really much to work with here. This filler is not the strongest against Xenomorph, as they know that as they rotate out into a 4-lane now. This pallet is still available, but that is going to be the down onto Ace. So they go for the pick. And do they get the hook before the last gen gets completed? And they do not! That's going to be the hook. Grim Embrace was going to proc there, but they do get the generator completed in time. Very well played from the survivor side coming into this end game. So now Saga is running towards main building, trying to catch their attention. And Sable already having the gate with 2 red lights on it, almost completed. But they do get found and pushed off of it. Running towards the hill now, and they do get hit. We do see the rotation of the Saga already on the gate. Very good double vault. But they didn't expect that. That's going to be the find. The door being open. Question is, what's going to be the player? They are kind of hooked in between the gate and the hook. So most likely we'll be seeing this one out. Yep, looks like they are just going to go ahead and confirm this. Ace almost reaching the second stage, and there they go. So very well played from both sides. Still a very good result for the killer side, even though they did get one out. It was a 3K11 from our killer. So we are looking at a 4K win condition for our killer for Team Reminiscent going into the second half, but with Xenomorph, anything's possible. We did see a very close end to this game earlier, but the survivors holding it out. Very good chases, very good pressure, even in the 3v1. So we'll be right back once we set up the lobby and switch sides. You'll see Reminiscent playing killer against Loyalty's survivors. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. So we are here, second half of the first set, the Xenomorph set, and we do have Reminiscent Flank Killer, and immediately we do see the footsteps above, and we do get the killer instinct, but it is that main building. Question is, does our killer want to take this first chase? It is an early find, but they do have a very strong window. Yeah, very forced to break it, and our killer, yeah, immediately gonna drop chase. Just breaking the wall for now. Be set up for the next chase, and they do get a pretty good find here in the middle. Almost getting knocked out of power. Oh, looks like getting stuck just a tad bit there. So now once again, we're back at the main building. We love main building. And we do have a turret off to the side. It slows down our killer, but not enough to knock them out of power. And our Xenomorph is going to take a different set of pathing, take a different chase onto our ace. And there goes an M2. Very good hit on to ace. They make their way back towards the side of the main building where the turret is. So very forced to break the pallet. And they already head back into main and back out. Yeah, main building is a very tough place to be as a killer, especially with this very strong setup. Oh, and just barely getting the turret off. Gabe not gonna give a hit just yet. And ace kind of getting caught out. Do they make the vault? And they do just enough. So our killer's still... Oh. Hello? We'll be right back once we see what happened. All right, so welcome back, everybody. So a small little mishap, DBD being DBD, we were put on the incorrect servers. So we are back on the correct servers this go around. So it was a no fault restart. No one's at fault here. So we are just back into the game, and our killer already finding multiple survivors at a shack. And they are going to take these chases, and it is better than taking main that we saw in the previous round. Pala going down. Very nice flick to get the hit around the box. That's going to be a very early tag on to Gabriel. Gabriel trying to make their way into the center area of the map where there's a lot of walls, a lot of tiles to play around. And we do see someone coming in for a body block, it seems. And with the TNLs, not really best place for a survivor, but the turret knocks them out of power and gives a lot of distance for Gabriel. So Gabriel making it to safety now, and with no tail whip attack available, they are just a regular M1 killer, not really much to work with. And a very good double back from our Gabriel, making their way around the water tower, making their way to another turret, which is going to slow down our killer even more. So being found at the 4 lanes, not the best place to be. Seeing if they can rotate for anything, and no, that's going to be a down. So up they go on. Nope, not on that hook. So most likely Pain Resonance, which we always love to see. So there goes our first hook of the game. Ace to our side here. Pain Resonance, Grim Embrace in play. Pretty similar build that we saw from the previous match. And we do see some scratch marks heading towards this gen. But looks like our killer's not going to take any kind of chase too far away. Probably want to proxy this hook, take the tunnel. As they do know the win con, they do need to get a 4K to take the lead in points before going into the second set of games. So Quentin being found. Very nice flare. The whip doesn't connect. Doesn't connect once again. Pala going down, and our killer instantly dropping chase, seeing if anyone's going in for an unhook, and it looks like we don't see anyone. So coming back early does slow down the unhook, as we are starting to near our second stage. Yep, here comes the Quentin, and that's going to be a miss. So they are able to make it to the hook. It is going to be a trade. So now Gabriel trying to get some distance, but forced hesitation in play. They make it to the vault. Still, base kit borrow time is going to save the day there. So now Gabriel able to make it to another tile. Possibly into another turret. This is what they want to find. And they make it around. Yep, here comes the turret once again. It does knock them out of power, so they are just going to go ahead and take the tunnel as an M1 chase. Heading to this generator that was popped, so there may be someone already lurking around or a turret that was set up. Looks like they are trying to mind game it. Not going to work. We do see a body block start to come in. But with the distance being made and still no M2 available for our killer, Gabriel able to just go ahead and drop the pallet. We are 2 gens completed with only 1 hook stage. So Gabriel doing a very good job during this chase, but our tail attack is back and ready, and that's going to be a down. So we do see the tunnel out, and we still have 3 healthy survivors, as we just saw the Quentin being reset. So with this hook, there's no real good value in gen regression aside from information. We do have barbecue in play. So Killer has a good idea of where the survivors are. We did see them start to work the generator all the way in the corner of the map. So we see them crawl out of main. We see some scratch marks. This is going to be the information that they got from barbecue. And there goes the turret. We do see Natsu start to run away. And there goes the unhook. But with the tunnel system, our killer can traverse the map very quickly, as they are already on the back of Gabriel. We do see a body block from Ace come in. There is a turret to our side, as we see. Is it enough? Not enough to take them out of power, but it slows them down just a little bit. So there goes the M2 on to Ace. Trying to go for a moonwalk, and it caught our Gabriel off guard as they get down Ace trying to go for a body block, but with force hesitation, that's going to be a double down. So force hesitation, a value coming in. So it's going to be a ton out with 3 gens remaining, possibly 2 gens remaining very soon. But with Ace already on the ground, yeah, we do see both survivors working the generator, but Pain Resonance is available to be used onto Ace if they can find them in time before the gens pop. Ooh, they are about to hook. There goes one. Only one gets completed, so Pain Resonance is going to slow that gen down, and Grim Embrace will be slowing it down even further before they can work it. So they know the survivor was just here, so yeah, there they are. Not really much they can do. Very good tag through the wall. Unfortunately, not too stuck. Edge map, not really much to work with, and Quentin. Question is Quentin gonna stick the gen depending on how far progressed it is, or will they go in for the unhook? We don't see any scratch marks just yet. It's either they made it over there already or committing the gen. Looks like our killers. Oh, we see a crow. On Quentin getting found on the way to the unhook, and I don't think it's gonna be enough distance for the unhook. They may be able to get on the other side of it, but they go for the pull, and that's going to be the down. 4K with 2 gens remaining. We are very close to it. Gonna hook Quentin, and our Ace will be hitting second stage. So with Barbecue, it does give the information on where our last slug is. Wow, what a performance from our killer. The survivors are doing a very good job on gens, but the tunnel out was just too strong, especially forced hesitation and getting the snowball down onto Ace. There goes Ace now, and our last hook on to Natu. So that's gonna be a 4K with 2 gens remaining. That is enough for the lead in points going into set number 2. Just a little bit of a heads up for set number 2. We will be seeing Wraith, and this Wraith is going to be the pick from Reminiscent, and Loyalty's pick was Xeno and Wraith, and with Loyalty taking the lesser points in the set that they picked, so Reminiscent might be favored going into the next one, but we know Dead by Daylight, anything can happen. Wraith is very difficult sometimes, especially playing these pallets on ping, as we have seen on some survivors. Looks like they're trying to flick over the box while we wait for our last survivor to hit second stage. But we do appreciate everyone who has been supporting the stream, supporting the league, as we try everything we can to be as cracked as we could be for everyone. So we do get our last survivor sacrifice, second to last survivor sacrifice on Nook, and our last one hitting second. So we will be switching sides, getting the lobby set up for everyone, where we will be seeing a Wraith in action. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for Reminiscent coming back on the killer side against Loyalty's survivors. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. We are here, Wraith, DDS, everyone's favorite, unless you're only watching the game. But we are in. We already find our Hinatsu. Very fast vault, but no bamboozle. We didn't hear any kind of a blockage. Very good double back from our survivor, making it to a pallet. They do unfortunately get hit and lose the 50-50, but they make their way into main building. We do see Sloppy Butcher as we see all the blood being applied to the survivor. Making it to the front pallet, just gonna go ahead and instantly break it. So making their way back to where they were previously. This is gonna be a vault. It is not. Oh, wait. That was very, very good pathing from our Hinatsu. I didn't even know what was going on. Finding themselves at the pallet, and they do go ahead and fully uncloak, so they will be playing the pallet, but they do rotate into another stronger filler to play. Oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, there we are. A little bit of lag from our killer, but we are back in it. Gonna go for a swing. It doesn't connect. So Natsu with a very strong early chase, especially on Wraith DDS, which it can be a little bit difficult. Already make their way back into Shack. So Shack pallet not going to be thrown just yet. They do make it in to the wagon pallet. Now the pallet's going down, and there goes our first gen being completed. Hinatsu making their way back into Shack. There goes the vault. No BAM, so not the quickest vault. And with that distance, that is going to be Shack pallet being thrown and vaulted. Just buying a little bit more. These couple seconds are huge as we do get a second gen completed. That is going to be the body block and the down onto them. I think we're getting a little bit of a lag once again. There they go. So they are going to go up on a hook, and that is only 2 gens completed for that first chase, but Pain Resonance will be slowing down that third gen that was being pressured. We don't see, oh, we actually see the the gen at main, so that will be a Dead Man Switch being revealed to the, to the viewers, caster, and the serves. So Quincy making their way to a pallet, not going to make it, so they go around. Either way, that turns into a hit. But with the hit, they go ahead and drop chase, head back to the hook, see if they can cut them off from Shack. They, however, do find the Claudette. So Claudette taking a hit, Calm Spirit. Looks like they are going to commit to it, and that's going to be a hit. Sheesh, what a hit. So back again, this hook is a Scourge. So now that is 2 Scourges. We still haven't seen our third gen pop just yet, being regressed twice, plus Dead Man Switch slowing down the generator progress from that very strong start the survivors had. And Quinton kind of making their way to probably one of the weakest places to be on the map, especially on a ping. That is going to be the down. We do see the unhook, but our killer is cross map, so not going to be committing to any kind of tunnel just yet. Looks like they are spreading their hooks. They are going to have 3 freshes for their first 3 hooks. So we do see the generator block. Pain Resonance did not hit it, so Pain Resonance hitting a different gen that has a lot of progress. So Ada being found, very good pathing from Ada, not going to give up a hit at the pallet. So they do make their way into the main building. So our killer has not chased here all match. And yep, that's going to be the survivor being dropped and immediately going back to the hook. Trying to catch him off guard, not going to work. But with no bamboos, wait, no, they still get the hit. Even with no bamboozles, kind of a slight hesitation from the survivor. That is going to be a down at the hook. We do have a lot of generator progress behind us. Claudette gets found. All these pots have been used. So this is not going to be the hit. They go ahead and drop it anyway. So Killer going for the slug, and Ada just making their way into main building. Hello. I'm trying to buy a little bit more time for the Survivor team as their Killer needs to take them back to this hook in order to get their pain res. So there goes all 4 Survivors hooked now, so everyone is fair game on value of points. We do see the dead man switch applied at the gen by Water Tower, and any means coming through as the pallet is now picked up, but they do kind of rotate away from it. This pallet has been used, so it turns into an M1 either way. We do see the reset onto Quentin, so some plays are being made from the Survivor side to possibly come in for this unhook very soon. We still see the generator blocked. DMS has expired now. Seeing if they catched across, no one found edge map, no one in the street, so possibly coming from the main building side. And we have a lot of progress on the gen, and our Killer is going to go ahead and kick the gen. We have our Quentin working it, and we do see Hinata try to come in for the unhook. Is this gonna be, this should be enough to not be a trade. So there goes the hit. And Hinata trying to make their way to some kind of loop, and there goes our 3rd gen. This generator is regressing a good amount, as we did have a lot of pressure on it previously. Hinata did throw a lot of these pallets earlier, but they did a very good job looping these tiles together. So Killer trying to be a little bit less predictable this time, going for a double vault, but it doesn't catch our Hinata off guard. They are holding the check spots, doing a very good job, and there goes our 4th gen, and we already know the generator behind us has a lot of progress. So Hinata trying to get away from it, don't want to get down by it. We still see it regressing, and our Killer elects to drop chase, as most likely they will be resetting around this gen that completed. That would be their guess. So see the pallet break, no sign of Survivor aside from the Hinata in the main building. So here comes Claudette. So not going to take the chase, possibly trying to take the chase onto Hinata. They do want to get their eruption proc, as we do see the generators highlighted in yellow. And they go ahead and hold W away, and the body block is coming in to keep our Hinata alive. We do see the Ada in the corner. So Hinata wrapping back around into the vault. They love this vault. They love this little 4-lane. So they elect to not use the pallet. They kind of loop around this building, and no body block in sight. So that's going to be the down, and we do get eruption procced on the gen, and we hear the entity arms start to block it, but it may not mean too much, as we do have the main building gen being worked on. So there goes the DMS. That's all they wanted to do was proc it. We do see the reset onto Quentin, most likely being reset behind this building, which we do see the Ada being found, and also the Quentin. So that's all Survivors accounted for. Very good fake from Ada. Not going to take the vault. Oh my goodness, what a hit. So now DMS has expired, so they can get back onto main, but question is who would be going for the unhook. We do see the Claudette get back onto the generator. Has a lot of progress, so inevitably it should be getting completed very soon. We do see the timer start to run out on to Zaphis, who is on the hook. Someone needs to be coming in last second. We do have the Claudette in chase in the main building, but not going to give up an early tag. So with the timer running very low, this body block will be huge if the Killer can get it. They're going around, Var getting very close. And that's gonna be the Survivor being sacrificed on hook. They do give up an M1 at the hook, and this generator is almost completed. They are going for it. Ada going for a body block, see if they can buy the team a little bit of time, and it's not going to be completed. Nope. So they go ahead and kick the gen. So eruption is applied onto it. And here is our Claudette, who has been working the gen. We do have 2 gens erupted, so if they are working that gen, if they can get this down, they can turn into something. But no, very good decision made by the Claude, taking the vault outside, as it means our killer drops chase and our Quentin gets found injured working the generator. Going for a vault, no live in play, so this is going to be a down, and eruption being procced on the generator. We do see the survivors committing to it. Both survivors sitting on the gen. We only see 3 pistons running, so most likely not going to get it completed in time, unless they both stick it. There goes the hit, and there goes the generator. So all 5 gens get completed, but it turns into both survivors getting injured. Very nice fast up from the Claude. Looks like they are trying to catch the Ada off guard, and nope, Ada making their way towards Shaq, trying to split up. We do see the gates on either side of the map, but there is one by the slug. We do see the Claude try to come in for the pickup, but nothing to work with to this. This is going to be a down. So we do have 2 slugs, and no gate is ready just yet. Ada in a tough spot, but they do get the pickup onto Quentin. So if Ada can stay up here at this fill-up pallet, they do get the stun. This can be a little bit of a comeback from the survivors, especially with the slug and situation they were put in. Looks like Quentin making their way around, and our Wraith sees the vision, sees the plan, but looks like they make their way upstairs as opposed to downstairs, and they get caught off guard. That's going to be Quentin forcing locker. Very good play. Very good play from Quentin. Trying to buy the team a little bit of time. Gonna drop them. They don't, unfortunately, go down. Oh, I think they do fall downstairs. So Ada able to get the pickup onto Claude, but no lockers are available. So that's gonna be a very fast down onto Claudette. We're in a little bit of this back and forth slug action, and Ada is going to be caught. So this looks like it is going to be a 4K with all gens completed. Very good back and forth, but killer end game, 3 survivors all injured. It gets very difficult to rotate the pickups, but we do get our Ada on the hook, and we do get our Quentin on the hook. And lastly, we just need to find our Claude, and that's going to be our 4K with all gens completed. So 4K all. Looks like they get found in the corner. And there's no hook. Hook's pretty far, but they should be able to make that last second. Yep, there they go. So GG's. Very well played from both sides. Early game, survivors were taking control, but our killer held their composure, had some very good spread of hooks, pain reses, sloppies, and the eruption coming in clutch just to slow the game down just by a little bit. And it does turn into the 4K with all gens completed. So we'll see you guys once we get back and swap sides, where loyalty will need to get a better result in order to win and overcome the points that they had less to begin the set with. So we'll see you guys once we get back in just a short sec. All right, so welcome back, everybody. So we are in the possible last game of the day. We do have loyalty on the killer side now, going against Reminiscent's survivors, and we do have the win con already calculated for everybody. And we do find our ace. We do have very fast uncloak speed, and Ace taking our first chase into the center of the map, going for a swing, and it doesn't connect. And our killer's immediately going to go ahead, drop chase, head over to Shack, try to pressure these gens. We do see the generator regressing in front of us, which would mean Hex Ruin is in play. We do see the Ruin Totem. No sign of survivor, and Key does get found on the short side of the loop. Our killer trying to go around. Oh, wow. Looks like they went edge map and went very wide. I didn't even catch that at first. Very well played from Kate. Gonna go ahead and insta break the pallet. And Sable being found in the center of the map. Not really the best place to be. Just go ahead, insta drop it. The survivors need to play very safe as their win con. They do need to pop 3 gens to take the win for today's games. And our killer needs to 4K very early. Only 1 gen being completed. And they now do get their first hit. We do see Sloppy being applied onto the survivor as they run into main. Our killer doesn't want to waste too much time at main. They do need to take each chase that they can get that has high value in getting a hit early on as they go for this one, and it doesn't connect. We still see the generator regressing in the corner. Sable trying to make it, and she does. No Pocos here. Very huge. They're not hitting the survivor as now they still have 3 healthy survivors. We do catch someone working this gen. Once again, Kate on the short side of the loop. That's going to be a block and a hit. So Kate making their way towards main. See if they can make it. Possibly a body block coming in as we do see the ace being reset. So our killer going for the body block, and they do get control of the pallet. And there they go down. But there is going to be pressure coming from Claudette, who was trying to go for a pallet save. So our killer going to take this chase into main. It results in a hit. This is the snowball our killer wants to try and get. But they go ahead and drop chase once again. Sable working the gen. Just like previous. Yeah, gonna have to go ahead and break the walls. So that gen now has fully regressed. And we still have not seen the pickup just yet. So our killer's going to go ahead and head on back to the slug. See if they can catch someone coming in for it. No sign of anyone. Looks like they're using the slug as bait or as pressure. So now Ace will be taking our next chase into the main building, and they go for the vault. It was a medium, but our killer not going for the swing. So very good early chase from our Ace, not giving up a hit within the cloak, and very good fake. So our killer, a little bit of fluster there, seeing what they could do. Gonna go ahead, drop chase once again. Sable making their way towards their favorite loop that we've seen this match. So there goes the vault. Trying to make them taste over, not gonna work. They make their way on the other side now, where it's a little bit safer. Oh, and that's gonna be the swing through the pallet. So Sable's trying to make it to Shaq, and it looks like they don't make it. They are gonna play the filler. But the swing comes through, and it's not going to be enough for Sable. That they do go for the pick. We do see the reset on to Claudette. I believe we heard them to our side. But there they go. That's going to be our pain resonance being used. Our first one. And still 5 gens remaining. So now Ace once again taking the chase. Ace has been doing a very good job this match, taking very good chases, not giving up those early hits. But with the pallet down, this will turn into a hit in just a second. So there they go. So Sable still has not been reset, and we see the generator having a lot of progress now. 3 pistons pumping, and Arcade making their way to the pallet that they did win earlier, but the pallet goes down very early this time in an early vault. So our killer goes ahead and breaks the pallet, and this turns into another M1 hit. But with the hit, they go ahead and drop chase once again. We do see the Ace being reset. Sable being found. Let's see if they can get the body block. They do not. That's going to be another vault. And our killer dropping chase once again. See if they can catch someone off guard. And they do catch our Claudette. But this tile being here is still a very safe. Not very safe, but very winnable vault. And they do lose the pathing there. So there goes the hit, and once again, the heal onto Kate. So the good thing about Hex Ruin here is the gens regress from pressure, but they don't add to your counter for the entity. So they can always regress. You don't need to kick the gen, spend time. I know it's a lot slower, but if you can keep them off the gens long enough, they'll start to regress, as they do need to go ahead and reset before they get back on these gens. There goes the hit. Kate losing the uncloak battle against the Wraith. They kind of make their way towards Shaq, and our Ace losing sight of the killer. Gonna go ahead and drop the filler, make their way around back into Shaq. So very safe loop for our Ace to be. We did see the Sable off to her side, still injured, trying to find a reset. And our killers, looks like they do want to try and find them. We do see the pools of blood outside, making their way upstairs now. We haven't really chased too much of main. As we saw in the previous games, it's a tough place to be. But with Wraith, they are very fast when they are cloaked. Just gonna go ahead and hold W through the pallet. That's gonna be a down. We do see the claw possibly coming in for some kind of support. So we see that gen still regressing. This one is not regressing, so someone is still on it, and Ace now being forced off. Going for a body block, but very good pathing from the Ace, blocking our killer from getting there. So trying to hold W, they did lose out on that. That's going to result in another hit. We have been seeing the survivors, two survivors injured at a time, but they do get the resets in time, even through Sloppy Butcher, before a third gets injured. And that's where it becomes difficult, but they do get the body block, so Ace will be going down here. So we do see the reset onto Sable. I heard some footsteps around. Don't know from where, but that's going to be a second hook and their pain resonance being used. Wow, very fast unhook coming through. So still looking around. Oh, someone is here. That's going to be Sable once again. Sable is healthy. Our killer electing to not take that chase. They do know this generator has a lot of progress. It's regressing. We do see the crow being disturbed in the corner. And they do catch the K off guard. So it's going to be a very early hit. Not really much to work with on this side of the map. They do need to hold W to make their way to at least a vault to play with. They run here, but this one has been used, and they do get the body block. So we see the support from Claude coming in. And a very good body block from Claude. And it is going to force the hit onto them. We do see a failed skill check, I believe, at main building. So now main building is starting to get worked. Oh, and once again, Arcade taking the pathing towards edge map, catching our killer off guard as they make their way away from the corner of the map. So Sable working a very safe gen, especially healthy. So our killer can't really contest that, but they do need to try and get as many hooks as they can with 5 gens up. Claudette does get found. Looks like they're holding W to the pallet in the corner. And they do make it. So Ruin did go off, so there's a survivor here. That's going to be the pallet going down, and also Claudette. So we see the pick, and looks like they are going to take them to the front of main. See if they can contest the generator in main. That's going to be a totem getting cleansed, but Ruin is still in play. That is haunted ground that was popped. So now all the survivors are exposed, insta down, and this is the snowball our killer needs if they can find the survivor that cleansed the totem. Thought we heard someone injured, but nope. So our survivors are playing this very well, very safely, trying not to get found. We do have the Sable in main. It's a pretty safe place to be, so it's okay to take a little bit of aggro here. We do see the gens regressing in the distance. So even though Haunted Grounds didn't turn into a down, it did turn into a lot of pressure. Wait, last second. We only have about 5 seconds left on Haunted. Going around the rock. Pallet going down. And a last second Haunted Ground. They do get value out of it. As I was saying, they weren't going to get it down, but they do get it down. So now with that, they do have 2 injured survivors, and this is very doable for the killer to meet this win con. They need to find the reset. They need to find the survivor working the gen, because they are going to start committing on gens because they need to. They need to pop at least 1 gen. We are still at 5 gens, and we are a few minutes into this match. I know we've only seen 3 hook stages, but our killer wants to try to get multiple slugs, multiple downs. They don't need the hooks. Oh, and that's gonna be the body block. Claude getting found and down, and there goes our first gen being completed, but Sable now being picked up. So some of that pressure being alleviated from the survivors as they got that 1 gen completed, but the win condition is 4K'ing with 4 gens remaining, so it's still doable on the killer side. But they didn't find the reset. Looks like they made their way into the main building. And they do get the unhook under their nose, almost literally. So it looks like our killer's not going to go for the tunnel. Going to go for Kate, see if they can get a nice early hit onto them. Sorry, Kate taking the pathing just to buy a couple more seconds before the hit comes in. But with not really much to work with, they just get instantly back down. So we do see the reset onto Claudette. Very huge reset. So our killer had a lot of pressure there for a moment, but the survivors are hanging in there, trying to get these resets off, trying to get the generator progress up. But with Hex Ruin still in play, Sloppy Ruin has been a very strong combo for the killer, and they have been taking some very good chases so far. And that's gonna be an early hit onto Claude. Claude trying to hold W into Shaq, but Shaq, I believe, no, actually Shaq is still available. They were body blocked from it earlier. So immediately going down. And they're going for the vaults, and they do win a few of it just to buy a little bit more time for their team to get some gens done, get some resets in. And it looks like this gen has no progress on it, and a main building's being worked on by the Kate. So looks like they are going to start leaving it. Wait. They go ahead and hop a locker. They don't take the hit. So they are going to give up the Kate. We haven't seen Ace for a little while. We might see the Ace working a gen in the corner. So they're going to head straight back to this water tower gen because they do know they were working it previously, and it has regressed to 0. We haven't checked the generator in the open over there in the center of our screen. The question is, has Ace been working it? Looks like they go ahead and not even check it. Maybe they could see it on their screen. But if it gets popped, I wouldn't be surprised if Ace has been sitting on it for a little bit. But our killer go ahead and is going into main. And it is going to be our Sable once again. So go ahead, break some walls. Do a little bit of a redesign in the saloon. So there goes the hit. And our killer immediately drops chase. Looks like our killer is going to check on this gen now. We do see the Ace sitting on it. Ooh, very nice pallet stun. That's going to be a lot of distance being made by the Ace, especially in this dead zone they've been in. So with the drop chase, our killer is going back into main, where they have found a lot of survivors trying to reset, trying to do the gen. But Sable making their way out of the main. But this is not a strong filler to be at. Looks like they go ahead, hold W while they uncloak. Do they make it to this? And they do not, so that's going to be the down. So the gen at Water Tower didn't have any progress previously. It did fully regress. And there goes our win con. So 2 gens have been completed. We do see the scratches on main. So we are at a tie condition if we do get a 4K at this moment. But with 4 survivors on the map, 6 stages in, it's still anyone's game. They do need to pop one more gen. And with the main building gen still available and still is doable for the survivor team. Looks like Sable getting reset. They still have some filler pallets available and to work with in this corner. But our killer's not going to take that chase. They're going to go for the Ace, who is only in the corner of the map. Not really much to work with, but almost getting spun. Very clean spin, but our killer reacting to it, able to get the hit. And we still see main building regressing. Kate now getting reset. So everyone back in action aside from the Ace. Looks like they make their way through the rooms, the scenic route. And our killer is going to take this chase onto Sable. Not really much to work with, so they try to hold W away, and our killer goes ahead and reads it. That's going to be the hit. So our killer wants to get the information, see which gen they're working on, as there is only technically one gen remaining on the map. Oh, we do get the Ace getting interrupted on the heel. There goes the hit. So Killer's gonna come back to A, see if they can stop this reset, and they do get it. So now they have 3 injured survivors. This is exactly what they wanted before in the match, but they never found one of the resets. But they find the Ace resetting on their own, going for a swing, and they doesn't connect. Ace able to stay up on their feet, buy the survivor team more time, but we do see them on main building. We do see the 2 pistons running. We can hear a lot of progress on it. Ruin's still in play, but they have 2 gens very far away from each other, and we do see the reset onto Claudette. Almost making it around the rock, but they do get snuffed out. So that's Claude giving up a hit, and once again we do see the resets come through. It's been a very slow-paced match with hits and resets, but with the win con, it's definitely something our killer has been trying to do, and it almost worked, as they almost had that win condition, but we are still at a tie condition at this moment before any of these generators get completed. So Claude now taking chase. We do have all healthy survivors standing up. So, but that's 2 survivors known, and I believe a 3rd in here in main. I don't know if I saw them, but that water tower gen must be getting worked on, and that's gonna be our first survivor now getting kicked out. So still is regressing. And we see the Sable working the gen, 3 pistons running. We are getting very close to this generator popping. So Ruin is still in play, but with the 3v1, it makes it a little bit easier for our killer to generate pressure, generate the slugs, generate the downs. But with all of them healthy, you have to take the right chase. But with main building almost completed, it's very difficult to take that chase. As we see the Ace kind of run out, see if they can bait the killer a little bit. Possibly our Claude is working the water tower gen. So there goes the hit. Now killer needing to drop chase, but with main, it is difficult. I'm telling you, there's still a lot of progress on it. Very safe to work. Oh, it looks like they lost the 7% there on the skill check. So Sable making their way to the same pattern they did previously. They love falling on the bar. Going for it. Woo! What a hit. But they do need to drop chase, head on back, as this gen should be pumping, should be almost completed. We see the survivors pre-leave as they don't want to get down by it. Claudette coming in for some support. They do need to get this body blocked. We don't want any slugs at the moment. So we don't see main regressing, and our kill is going to go ahead and drop chase. So 3 injured survivors, but both survivors will be getting back on the water tower gen, so they need to try and get this down as early as possible before they pop the generator at the water tower. So going for it. Looks like they win the vault. This is going to be a down, but is it going to be enough for the gen? It is not. That's going to be completed. 3 gens completed from Team Reminiscent, which meets the win con for their team. Very close battle for the killer, but the survivors were able to scrape that out of them. It was very close. So now Ace not going to take the chase. Sable is going to get unhooked, but that's going to be a trade. So up they go. So there goes Claude. Claude now being sacrificed. So it's a 2v1. Main still has a lot of progress if they do want to try and complete another gen. So now Sable will be taking this next chase, as Ace has been doing a very good job in chases, but this pallet is still available. There's still another filler pallet in that corner as well. So our killer's not going to go ahead and take that. They do want to find the Ace, who is also injured, but not too many pallets to work with on this side of the map. No sign of the Ace just yet. Looks like they're going to go ahead and check edge map, as they were last seen around here. So main building is still regressing. And there goes Ace. So Ace forcing a locker. That's going to be the grab. Oh, and actually we hear the Sable above us. They're going to go for the drop. Want to make sure they get this 4K, not give them any other extra points. So this will be our last chase. So now we'll be playing a battle of the fillers. The pallet going down. No vault. And just hold W. Who needs to play 50-50 when you can hold W? This pallet's not too bad. You can probably get one loop out of it before it becomes a 50-50, but they have the distance to make it to Shack. A nice vault, but not really much to work with. This pallet has been used. Wow, they actually... Oh, they don't. I was going to say they actually make the vault, but that's going to be the down. So now we will be getting our 4K2, which was very close for the killer. Almost getting the win for them, but Reminiscent will be taking the win for tonight. So very well played from their end, but very good plays from both sides, as we almost saw the 4K at 4 gens, almost saw the 4K at 3 gens, but we do get the 4K at 2 gens remaining. So still overall very good performance on the Wraith side, but not enough to get the overall win in sets. So GG's to both sides. That will be Reminiscent taking the win, and we will be seeing you guys in the next one as we start to exit out of this match. So we do appreciate everyone who has been supporting the streams, the league, and of course our participants who have been playing. We do appreciate everyone. We'll be seeing you guys next time, and stay tuned for those matches throughout the week. We'll see you then.